Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. So on bottom left side as the orange Holy Roman Empire, we got CrackedyHere. Excuse me. And looks like orange is really going for some spearmen. This is Holy Roman Empire, not English player, and English does have access to Vanguard man-at-arms, but does not have access to Age 1 spearman. So, Holy Roman Empire players going for a spearman rush. Don't know how this will go. The English course has access to double defensive arrows, and I should also mention the English players, the red English players played by red English players played as Renoir. Blah. Getting everything butchered up. Blah. I can't even speak properly or even apologize properly. But we do have some early spearmans deployed on the field, or should I call them Vanguard spearman? 2 spearmen on the field. The English player does have gold, unless he's going to do a bit of short bow capability. The English are particularly good at defense in Age 2, of course. Just needs to collect up a little more gold, 18 more gold. Getting some mining interruption time. Still can't tell you how effective this is in total. And the English player does have enough gold, has 1 coin to spare. Not to mention the food was a little bit less, so he didn't lose any significant, how to put it, time of loss of not building the landmark. You do have the prelate here, inspiring these villagers to collect up gold faster. Throwing some torches there, nothing too significant. The villagers have enough health, and when the Abbey Kings get deployed in the field, he will of course get a powerful 6 health regen per second aura, which will easily heal up these villagers, no problem. And looks like English players also going for a handful of stone here. Does pick off that spearman with the villagers, very nice. And with the stone collection here, it suggests to me the English players going to go for a secondary town center. We're going to see the Aachen Chapel. Could see Minwork Palace, probably Aachen Chapel. If he goes for Minwork Palace, he can quickly get all the upgrades for the early mana arms, and +1 range armor goes a long way when fighting against a secondary town center. Not to mention the faster, cheaper. Oh, he is going for Minwork Palace. I always love seeing this by Holy Roman Empire. 1, it's less common, but 2, it has high rushing potential. Because the 50% reduction of blacksmith technology not only gives you +1 range armor pretty easily, but you also get the cheaper siege engineers. Not to mention you get the blacksmith structure itself for free, so it's effectively saving you what, about 300 to 400 resources very quickly. And since he already has a barracks on the field, you can immediately get these early mana arms. And early mana arms are some of the best units in the game, in my opinion, if not the best unit in the game. We have villagers collecting a bit of stone there, so maybe I'm for a secondary town center himself. Minwork Palace does also 2 unique upgrades. I remember as well, boot camp is no longer existing there. I'm going to fast forward a little bit since it's just the building phase. Of course, going to see the free king there. Of course, you also get 2 unique research. 1 improves the melee armor of your horsemen and spearmen. The other one gives your knights +2/+2 armor. Very powerful indeed. And also very, very cheap. This H3 technology for +2/+2 armor on knights give you some of the best knights in the game. Not the best though. I still rate the Roost Knights as some of the best knights in the game. The thing is, you don't really see Roost Knights all too often, just because Schultz are just far more economical since they have that cost reduction, and so completely adequate for a hand cannoneer, which they're just equal to hand cannoneer, just have a 25% cost reduction. Aerosmith deploy out there. King's push right forward. I'm not sure if a king can defeat a villager in 1v1. Does get that villager's side of the outpost there. The king only has 2 range armor. You will spot the Minwork Palace, which is a very rare landmark to see indeed. But we're not going to see any of its advanced rushing capability. No early man arms. So maybe I'm for a faster castle age in order to get out his elite knights. Sorry about that. You do have a second prelate actually deployed on the field as well. Each prelate can support about the 8 villagers with its empowerment aura or inspiring aura. The king has to fall back, maybe to the Abbey of Kings, get some great health regen there. Of course, got the secondary town zone now pulled on the field. And my voice is already starting to fail. Give me a moment. Alright, that's much better. Gotta get a bit of a drink into me. I'm going to fast forward a little bit there, since it's back to the eco phase. Got Regni's Cathedral being put on the field. Excellent for collecting those relics. Scout is here to escort the king around. And it sounds like it's a she, so it's potentially the future queen. Or at least a concubine. 1 to 3. Spearman being put on the field, help protect him against the king. King gets a good shot there, just ignore the scout. Scout does 1 damage. I think as well when it comes to Akin Chapel, plus what's it now, 30%, 35% aura collection rate, which is a very powerful landmark indeed. Is now replaceable by the Sorstinian abbeys, which could be very comparable to the English's natural foreign benefits, but it also basically turns all your monasteries into a what's it called? Akin Chapel. So and now the Renoir Palace still having the very powerful capabilities it always has. I don't think the king can be converted. It would be very surprising if the king could be converted. Either way, the king is severely wounded. He may want to fall back to the abbey. Oh, and got the White Tower being deployed in the field, which is very similar to the White Castle. Not really. One's a restaurant, one's not. One provides food, the other one consumes food. And the prelate will get sliced apart there. Very nice. More spearmen being put on the field. I'm sort of surprised we haven't seen really anything to use the Renoir Palace. Still has high capabilities. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just sort of surprised. Oh, and relic been picked up by the Holy Roman Empire player. Looks like the spearmen do get distracted by the exotic doggo. And he's going to try to escort this prelate back. Should keep the spearman nearby the prelate. We now have survival techniques being researched by the Holy Roman Empire player, as well as the devoutness, increasing villagers gather rate by 5% when constructs. Just inspired villagers collect 5% faster. The king looks like it's going to go down. The prelate has 32 health. The king has a 26 lance attack, so it'll take more than 1 strike to take down that prelate. 2 melee attacks, so lance and melee. In other words, 2 strikes and it's down. Villagers collected some berries. You now have the various stuff going on up. Run 1 relic obtained. Relic being picked off by the English Knight. With the Renoir Palace, the Holy Roman Empire Knights can simply just be superior with +2/+2 armor. Basically, the knight version of armor clad. And the king is dead. Now got 2 knights being pulled in the field. We also got the steel barding, getting them +2/+2 armor. Wait. Oh, I never realized it also improves Black Rider's armor by 2. That's actually quite important. I did not know about that effect. I did not read that part, but that could be very nice indeed. Black Riders are already excellent. So now he can have, well, more heavy cavalry. Of course, you will still need to get out some, keeps them to get out some Black Riders, but Black Riders are more cost efficient than hand cannoneers, while also being more mobile. So we may see a good number of Black Riders. Sort of hoping about it. Black Riders have what? I can't remember what's their inherent armor. It is... I just can't remember. But the fact that it also affects Black Riders is very important. Villager does escape on out of there. He also got 3 relics inside. He has claimed 4 relics and picked up a 5th. Claiming all 5 relics as with the Regni's Cathedral. He is going to be swimming in gold. 6 villagers on gold. He also has enough for an age up. Definitely will need more spearmen, however. He can also go the +2 armor for the spearmen, which my offhand math may make a difference, but barely. Maybe combined with other melee armor. After all, Knight does 24 damage, so it'll be down to 22. These spearmen have 110. At a ton with 24 damage, it will take 5 attacks to take them out versus Knights. Both +2 armor, they will do 22 damage per attack. In which that will still do it will be exactly 5 hits, so you combine the +2 melee armor with a melee armor upgrade, then his spearman will take another hit from Knights, barring any charge effect. So that is very important. The king is providing some NHS healthcare benefits to these Knights. It's not great and slow, just like the NHS. Got a good number here. We also got now these Knights here with the +2/+2 armor. Spring golden placement, fired away. He does have a relic inside of it as well, and has every single relic obtained. The Cisternic Abbeys, they of course can provide an excellent gathering generation. Was by +35% in total. Decreases gathering rate by 40%. In comparison to this, it will of course be +30% in this age and next. So slightly better actually for the Cisternic Abbeys. However, no enclosures. However, his opponent does have Regni's Cathedral and every single relic, so I say this right now, the Holy Roman Empire players is very set up to do very well this game. Spearmen and Knights are in the buried line. Looks like all the Knights stays alive. You can pull them all back to the Abbey to get health regen. They are all severely wounded. It would definitely be worth it. You will effectively save 3 Knights worth of value if he saves all of them. Actually, probably close to 4 Knights of value. You can say good Knights. The king, of course, is alive. Long live the king. And here comes the Holy Roman Empire Knights. The English villagers do not have, what's it call it? Textiles. And suppose this opponent does not have +1 melee damage. Without a charge attack, they will take 3 hits to kill off a villager. So +1 melee damage is important. Also, Swabia is now being established. If you really want to make use of the Black Riders, he polishes our iron and collects some stone. Of course, you'll need to get that complete. Both these stone deposits are pretty close by each other. They can give him 2 keeps, and they're pretty close by, so you can probably collect enough stone, put a keep here, then you use to collect both of them quite nicely. Plus there's a large stone deposit and gold deposit here, so put another keep over here, and get a good number of Black Riders. House swap is complete. The English players about ready to age up as well. I'm always more prefers to the Wormguard Palace, as it includes a bunch of fun assets. But in this center of the map, a Berkshire Palace right in the center is very nice. You also got a nice little deformation there with the moat. Or a stamper action, I should say. Deformation changes what the terrain looks like. Stamp applies a decal to the terrain. Sorry, I modded a couple Heroes too, same engine, so I know a bit more of the terminology of the engine itself. Gold vein being obtained. I think as well as Cisternic Abbey as well. He can also put a monastery here along with the keep to get the plus 40% collection rate as well. Though monasteries are far more expensive than mills. After all, mills are, what, 50? And of course English farms are cheap at 37. So the Holy Roman Empire Flyer does have a similar effect, but of course we have to pay full price and then some. Got good number of crossbowmen now deployed on the field. The single knight advance didn't manage to stop the advance. Crossbow in the back providing damage. Spearmen in reserve. The English players starting to fall back now. We do of course got some of this delicious venison to be obtained. Of course, none of these guys have great vision, so they don't even see those villagers. Now the +2 melee armor for spearman and horseman. All pikes. All. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's too foreign for me. Of course, got these outposts being established there. These villagers may go down, but they do manage to get saved. Enclosures now being researched as well. Berkshire Palace in a good position. Luckily, he can help resist the damage there with his knights. He's going for some longbowmen. Middle-aged longbowmen. We got the veteran longbowman research on the way. And looks like these villagers may be impaled. One of the knights, two of the knights goes down. Got these forces moving around as well. None of the blacksmith research have been researched. And of course, you get a 50% discount while being researched 50% faster. Committed Palace is a really good landmark. Just the Agion Chapel just outshone it for a very long time. And even still, generally outshines it. Even though there is now a replacement for the Agion Chapel. Which he could research here, but there are not too many farms nearby. We do have Siege Workshop here. Elite Longbowman researched by the English player. Interesting. Longbowman, like any other archer variant, does give bonus infantry light gunpowder units. However, the Black Rider, as we've been talking about earlier, is a heavy gunpowder unit, which means it does not get affected by archers. It does get affected by crossbowmen. Armor-clad being researched as well. Berkshire Palace, of course, acts as an English keep, which means all production structures available, so you can deploy some counterweight trebuchets from here. Got a nice core of barracks. English do deploy man-arms much quicker than other civilizations. 15 seconds here, as opposed to the standard 23 seconds. Could be 23.5 for all I know. Elite Knights being researched by Holy Roman Empire. Revolution Stone, so he's not going collecting too much. He may be for just some supplementary cannons. But he does have a number of, that's an arrow placement, spring gold placement, and spring golden placement. We got some mills here. We see prelates in the line here rather than the Cisternic abbeys. I suppose they do have a good radius, so they can start empowering a lot of nearby units. So you don't really need the Cisternic abbeys. You just need to sprinkle in prelates everywhere. And he's doing an excellent job at that. Let's see if I can't. 9 prelates are here. He has a good number of prelates. He's actually actively using the empowerment ability, which you don't see all too often. Not enough spearmen or crossbowmen. Crossbowmen being micro, spearmen, and of course a single knight trying to engage. But we do have a pair of spring golem placements here to help out, and a good number of these knights are pretty wounded now. The short value so far is very similar. It does find another group of villagers there. Kill count up to 9 villagers. Now I've got these before, including a bombard, good number of man arms. No incendiaries just yet for longbowmen. Prelate does go down. It does have a monk somewhere. The king is dead. Good number of knights here. The knights right now have, they can get up to 10 armor. And these longbowmen right now have 11 damage. They can. So that means they only do 1 damage per arrow against these knights. They are going to be very hard for the English player to deal with. Plus, not to mention, they have their +2 melee armor research as well. They can get the 10 armor this age. These spearmen being researched. Culver and trying to counter barrage the Bombard. Wrong patch. Emergency repairs onto this outpost, also repairing this handful of villagers. And we've got a very large contingent of knights, so it looks like we're not going to see the Black Riders being utilized. Darn. Oh well. The knights are an excellent unit at this moment in time, highly cost efficient compared to man-at-arms or population efficient, and will be a very hard counter to these longbowmen currently. They of course can improve the damage with +1 damage and incendiary arrows, but they put them up to what, 14 damage? They'll still do very little damage versus the knights. Got +1 melee damage to these knights as well, so they're only taking less than half damage from these man-at-arms. And a good contingent of spearmen who also have +2 melee armor. Wait. Oh, they changed this. Increased damage to spearmen and horsemen by 2. I thought it was armor. They must have changed it. It used to be armor, right? Not damage. Which will help them punch through the armor of the man-at-arms. At least it can negate the armor clad. My bad. I thought they had provided +2 armor. Guess that got changed at one point in time. Oh, it's always like that. The landmark's so rare, I must got mixed up with something. Knight took a bit of damage. Let's got the White Tower here. The Berkshire Palace still exists, and these crossbows will be cleaned up by it. Longbow, of course, be an excellent counter to those spearmen. Looks like some of these knights did find these villagers. Longbowmen are in a good position at least. They may not do a lot of damage, at least they have high attack speed. Looks like these knights are taking a single damage times 41. He actually has plus extra damage, so now they're doing 2 damage times 41. Which is double damage. How impressive. We also do now have textiles being researched by the English player. Got knights scattered everywhere. And do got a zoo of deer here. How do you envision that for a brief moment of time? Only a brief moment of time. Veteran archers being researched by Holy Roman Empire player. He's also going for his horseman, which will have the +2 damage. Got network of citadels and plus spring golem placement, +1 damage. Incendiary arrows being reached by the Holy Roman Empire player. Interesting, he's trying to go for archer transition against longbowmen. Now we're seeing Magnels. Holy Roman Empire player has picked up that one relic that was around here. Large number of these farms going on up. He has prelates still sprinkled everywhere for the empowerment. Very nice. A single prelate lasts, it can power, what, up to 8 villagers? So you only need to put one prelate next to each mill. And it will do just fine. But the Cisternic Abbey will be a bit more efficient since it can fit around, what, 12 farms around it? No, either way, those prelates nearby can at least be... You can always just send units in some other region and start getting them, the military units empowered as well. That prelate becomes a porcupine. Knights pushing the way forward. The English player does have a decent number of spearmen, which the archers will be good counter for, so I suppose that's his composition. Archers, heavy cavalry, which that sounds awfully familiar of a composition. We do have now 6 bowstrings being researched by the English player now. If needed, the Holy Empire player can always just garrison towns with his archers to give them a bit more of an impervious position to fight from. Knights trying to push forward, Knights push along the flanks. Of course, got spearmen everywhere for them, so the Knights will be cleaned on up. The archers will start contesting with everything though. So he is doing try and focus on the spearmen with the archers, very nice. Force from trick forward, of course getting +2 damage here. More horsemen being summoned onto the field. Horsemen will be more cost effective against longbowmen than knights are. Though the extra armor will challenge that math though. You now have the arrow volley or the arrow volley ability. Yeah, the horseman only has 6 armor as opposed to 10. That does make a pretty big difference. And now with incendiary arrows, these guys are doing 14 damage and some 14 and some damage there. These guys are being cleaned on up.
There are ways of moving us. We are on attack in fear. Reite nach Befehl.
Extra melee damage. We do now the elite man arms and melee armor upgrade for Holy Roman Empire player. Man arms would be a generally good idea. Not to mention his man arms would just simply be superior to the English man arms. The fact that to count out the armor clad, he has an upgrade to give them +2 damage. Not to mention that he gets a +4 or 6 damage against heavy. I always forget. You should combine the 2 upgrades, don't I? Oh, see, he's already gotten those researched. Now, you can see some keeps being established. You will have some black riders available. Things are starting to get a chain of outposts going for the network of citadels. Good force of longbowmen, handful of man-arms, and good number of spearmen trying to push along this flank. This keep can be quickly destroyed, though it looks like it will be built. And is obscured by the foliage there. Got these forces pushing along over here. Got some fortified outposts. The supplies to pull out of the area. Does have a cannon placement. No relic to boost the cannon placement though. Armies started to rotate around. Culverins may sort of be left behind. So some of these villagers will be going down. Orange has over 120 villagers, while English Empire has not yet reached 100. He is actually a pop cap, so he likely will not reach 100. Archers are pushing forward, getting some hits on the various forces. Culverts firing away, nailing the keep. Or the Berkshire Palace, I should say. Spearmen arms now coming in reserve. Thanks to the boot camp ability or upgrade, that's free. These archers do have excellent movement speed to avoid additional damage and increase their mobility. Culverins have set ablaze the Berkshire Palace. Does fire off into the volley there, takes an outpost there. Next shot should take out the Berkshire Palace. Or next shot after this next one, but it has gone down, but it is set ablaze. The English longbones in a good position there. And those English players trying to eke out an advantage. Does get the keep start being repaired, and Berkshire Palace is firing away. Horseman's trying to fall back there. He has these guys fully upgraded. Culverin getting nailed. Does manage to barely stay alive. Horseman now advancing. Got man-at-arms with them as well. And now man-at-arms have 9 range armor. 1 less than his knights. Longbone's in a good position, but English's front line is starting to disintegrate. Longbone's going to fall back a little bit there. More horsemen trying to engage and intercept, but they're having trouble being large enough in numbers. You have man-arms there. Let's see, so it was constructed by this outpost there, and the Culverin's trying to put some rounds in the outpost. That's a bit of damage there. Man-arms gonna fall back. Longbone still here in good numbers. Mangonel now pulling the field. Fires a volley against the Longbone, gets a good hit there. Just got adjustable crossbars. With shot, it went for the melee units there. Starting to put some rounds in the back line. Got multiple Mangonels now on the field for the Blue Roman Empire player. Mangonel's getting excellent hit down those longbowmen. English players having trouble remaxing, so is Holy Roman Empire. Another excellent hit there. Outposts go down, and many of these longbowmen going down to these Mangonels. So trying to make some more longbowmen for the English player. It's also going for more man-at-arms and spearmen. Holy Roman Empire player is designed for a horseman and a knight. Nothing too simple on his build queue. You can also pull up the 10 Black Riders. The man-at-arms are starting to fall back now. Spearmen getting nailed by these Mangonels. Archers getting a little too far forward, being hit by those longbowmen and the Berkshire Palace. And looks like this outpost is currently not garrisoned. Good hits there. Cavalry and man-at-arms trying to push forward, but getting caught up on the pile of stone here, which is currently unspoiled. Second side has been neutralized. Orange side creeps and bandits, but still got good on a longbow here. If you just wants extra safety, always get inside the Berkshire Palace. In fact, it will actually offer higher DPS if the longbow gets in there. They will have higher attack speed and higher base damage. Does manage to focus on the culvert. Orange gonna fall back there. Probably needs some more Mangonels. He currently has 4 on the field, which should be enough. But the essential with a melee infantry unit there. Blue Empire Player is going for a veteran horseman and more elite man at arms. Mangonel strikes down back down south and hit those man at arms. And a good volley over here, while they're not a counter to those units. Splash damage and just good amount of damage in general is always a good counter. Mangonel gets a volley there. Another volley there. And the Mangonel's not going to be focused down by the Longbowmen. Mangonels do have a range of 9. These Longbowmen right now have a range of 8.5. Units getting hit there. Do now have a Spring Golem placement on the way for the Holy Roman Empire player. Here, Trebuchet firing away. Way back down there. Horsemen pushing forward will run by a lot of damage there from Berkshire Palace. Looks like none of those villagers will be going down the road. We do have Red's not pushing forward once again. Orange's front line is not that great at the moment. Of course, his horsemen are a little bit out of the way. He's bringing some more reinforcements now. English player is at max population cap, while Orange is not. Orange has plenty of gold and needs a lot more food. See, the English player, somehow he's also low on food as well. He has even more gold without any relics. Good volley there on those longbowmen. Of course, the English player does have a pretty good queue of forces, Longbowmen, Spearmen, and Man-Arms, but the Holy Roman Empire player doesn't really. And he can get out the 15 Black Riders. Good volley there onto those Longbowmen. Mangonel's getting some good hits there. The Berkshire Palace trying to hit that Mangonel. They also get units of garrison inside the Berkshire Palace, offering higher DPS and safety. Good hits there. Horsemen trying to push forward, trying to hit those longbowmen. No palings were deployed in the field. And there goes the Berkshire Palace. Also 9 good number good country with the network citadels. But there's a bit of aura over here. And Orange starting to fall back there as well. The longbowman has been very cost effective. In fact, he has a higher destroy value than his opponent. By a pretty good margin at the moment. Trying to get out some more knights. Mangonel gets a very, very good volley on those longbowmen. Bombard trying to push forward, getting intercepted by a single knight. Good volley on those longbones. Magano is another good hit there. Man-at-Arms trying to pursue them. Red has some villagers pretty forward. Where? I'm not sure. Let's go for this outpost here. Longbowman still firing away. Red's maintaining his high destroyed value lead, but it is being shrunken a little bit there. Man-at-Arms to man charge for the Magano. More nice from one field. Still no Black Riders spawn in the field. Now the Berkshire Pulse is taking some damage now. Berkshire Palace is about to get set ablaze once again. Got the 6 strike being decaptured once again. Red's Man-at-Arms slowly being picked on off. So oranges. Orange lacking a bit of army seems like on the front line. Does have 159 units on the field. Got units along the flank. Does spot this red keep here. And Orange Mania fall back, get some reinforcements there. He has good amount of siege weapons in the field to help see the population, but right now, Orange does have higher army value. Longbow and push right forward gives a good damage on these forces. Able to focus down these knights at one at a time. And the Holy Roman Empire player does have 3 more mangonels in the field. Orange keeps in the center. Longbow push right forward, finds the mangonel. Will almost two-shot it. Res now pushes way forward. Not remaxing. In fact, he's scraping on the barrel of resources. I was not paying attention to that. Looks like he has gold on the side of the map. Plenty of gold. Going for farms. He has a good amount of passive gold generation, but right now the Holy Roman Empire's economy is, excuse me, not doing well at all. Mangonel does go down there. Red's Longbow's now start stepping away. Orange still spamming some reinforcements, trying to stabilize his front line. Longbow starts stepping away, takes on another knight there. And right now the English player does have more Longbow and Spear on the build too. Not going for any more Man-at-Arms at the moment. Both players are sort of low in resources, so the Holy Empire player does have some resources to work with now. All I have to do too is more farming transition. And has now tested 9 villages onto gold as well. At these forces push forward, looks like trying to raid some villagers. Man-at-Arms being picked off one at a time. English Longbow advancing. Got some emergency repairs on this structure. I got your spring relics inside of spring golden placements, no cannon placements for defense. some hits there. Mangonels fires an okay volley there. Mangonels rolls another miss there. Unit still trying to torch down this keep. That's not a good idea because the emergency repair is soon to be available once again. His own orange man orange now push away forward to protect it. More fortified outposts for the Holy Room Empire player. Scout will go down, not big surprise. Man-arms, good number of man-arms in the field. Going for a very large number of knights now. Still no Black Riders. And they have like 4 armor inherently, so in theory with that one upgrade, they should have 6 armor. Which, granted, these don't go into pretty high base damage, so it won't really be super important, just somewhat okay. Mangonels push forward with a Q move of attack forward to targets. Another volleys there. Front lines, Red's front lines starting to disintegrate. Got more Spearman man-arms for the Holy Room Empire player. Getting good condition of Knights. Still has just veteran horsemen, no elite horseman upgrade. Units on the flank getting cleaned on up. Spearmen and more man-arms trying to close up the flank once again. Longbone still being pepped by the rocks of the Mangonels. Orange now starting to fall back as well. Needs to take time to regroup. He has not maxed out population. Red has had a good job to keep the population cap. Orange trying to push forward once again, but the Longbone just getting excellent damage done. Right now, Red has done plus 30,000 damage compared to his opponent, which is quite significant. More man-arms being summoned. And Red does have all the sacred sites there. 8 minutes, 30 seconds left before victory. Red now has an army of 12,000 field versus Orange's army of 96. Horsemen push right forward. Mangonels get a pretty good volley there on those melee infantry there. While they're not counters to melee infantry, splash damage is a form of counter though. You're now emergency repairs on that outpost as well. Massive hits there. Right now he has 5 Mangonels, so he's starting to get the campaign levels damage of his Mangonels. Up north we do have just keeps engaging keeps. Orange trying to push his way forward. We do have just sporadic villagers gathering around. Maybe you get another lumber camp over there. More just sporadic buildings. North do have a couple knights move around trying to pick off some villagers.
Ich mache jede Aufgabe. Ich kenne meine Pflicht.
Battery ram pushing on the flank to take out that keep. Villagers trying to collect some wood. Nope, they're full of the torches. Got a proxy siege workshop over here. Horseman pushes his way forward as that outpost is being under siege and being destroyed. And the battering ram will be going on down there. North, we got the horsemen advancing.
In die Sattel, Reiter. In den Sattel und bereit.
Horsemen pushing more north. Horsemen trying to find the other alive villagers. Has another 5 minutes before you lose the game. 5 minutes and 40 seconds.
Die Rösser zerren am Geschirr.
As is gold being obtained here. Red still has a fair amount of gold here. And here as well. This one's basically untouched. Golden Empire player does have a nice mix of resources. He has plenty of gold, but low in food.
In Schwierigkeit. Sie greifen an.
Up here, got the spearmen and longbowmen push way forward. We have the scout going on down. Bombard takes the outpost. And red's starting to fall back now.
Ich habe Feinde in Sieg.
4 minutes, 30 seconds remaining for the second side victory. Doesn't give Orange too much time to turn this game around. I'm sort of surprised. It felt like Orange was in such a good position. He has better upgrades. It's just the strength of longbow being very good right now for the English player. He's also been doing a lot more higher destroyed value for 142 plus 108. So he's like a 32, 33, actually 34 resource advantage, 1,000 or destruction advantage, which is quite significant. No landmark here. Of course, one of the orange keeps has gone down, so 5 less black riders. He's so far deployed 0 in this entire game. Orange is low in gold and wood. He has 0 villagers on gold, but does have, of course, the immense gold income from those relics at 800. Mangonels finds a good volley there on the man-at-arms. A couple of them does strike the longbowman. It's basically do or die for Orange. Just spam out what reinforcements can. He has a big wave of archers, knights, and man-at-arms. The English player has man-at-arms, spearmen, and longbowmen. Culverins nearly the Berkshire Palace. There's 3 culverins there. That'll make a short work of it. Reinforcements need to queue a bit farther forward. Berkshire Palace has been set ablaze. English or the Holy Empire man-at-arms straight forward. English bombard will be going down. Berkshire Palace has gone down as well. Six-side victory, of course, pause the moment as this is being contested. Man-at-arms push forward, engage some reinforcements. Most of the mangonels have gone down, but no culverins, however, still remain, so Orange can easily overrun structures. Red is just trying to reinforce with spearmen, man-at-arms, and longbowmen. He's right now, English is running low on food. He could probably buy 1,000 of it with his gold. Want to keep his production queues going. Golden Empire players running low on gold. You can go for more archers and spearmen just to get some more mass in the field. Horsemen would be a good option as well. Does get the bombard there. Orange does 3 culverins, so you can make short work of structures. Central second side has been captured, resetting the countdown. English player still satisfactory away with Longbowman. This has a nice 3,000 destroyed value lead. He's also going for a triple spring golden placement somewhere. And red has resigned. That's saying great saying thank you for watching and on to next replay.